going, everybody? This is your boy WebsterStyle here with the NRW checkpoint. And of course, I'm joined again by my man, Brian Sapph.
Yo, what's going
And of
on?
course, this is your weekly rundown of all the new releases that are coming out in gaming. Now, Brian,
What's
is there
up?
any one game that you're playing this week?
Any one game off of the new release list or just in general?
Just in general.
I'm playing a lot of Overwatch this week. They are doing just a few hours ago, they updated the game or whatever for the Lunar New Year event, which is an annual thing that they do where they kind of celebrate the Chinese New Year and the turning over for, China and stuff. So bunch of new skins, bunch of new emotes and stuff in there. So I'm about to jump on after we get off of this and try to win some of that stuff, because none of it is like microtransaction, like paid for or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I could literally just grind out the game and unlock all of this stuff with like in-game credits or just through whatever event that they have for the week. So that's what I'm playing.
Nice. I'm actually playing one of the new releases this week.
Okay.
The Artful Escape. I picked that up, or I should say I booted that up last night, and that is a really amazing game.
Really?
It definitely, from the trailers, it took me someplace that I didn't expect to go. It was really, really cool. I'll get more into it when we talk about the new releases. So let's start out with the new releases. And as you can imagine, it's January. It's kind of slow. February, March is going to be bananas. There are a whole lot of big releases coming out. But we do have a big release this week. It's really the one release that overshadows everything.
Mhm.
First up this week, we have El Hijo, a Wild West Tale. And this is a game that's coming out for iOS and Android this week, but it came out for PC back in 2020, and it came out for the consoles last year. So not a new release, it's just this is kind of a staggered release over the course of the various systems and platforms, and now it's mobile. So it's
Okay.
pretty much what you got there.
So probably be something I'll be easy to play. Is it like, do you know if it's like free or for mobile or something? Like, how does that work out?
I don't know, but I would doubt it. If this
Okay.
came out, usually those games, if they're on console,
Mhm.
it's definitely you have to purchase it on mobile.
Okay.
Or you never know, it might be part of like the Apple Game Pass thing or whatever, Apple Arcade,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
Google Arcade, whatever they call it. So who knows? I'm
Right.
not big into mobile games like that, so I don't know. If you guys know, let us know in the comments. Next up, we have the Artful Escape, and
Mhm.
this is, like I said, this is coming out for PS5, Switch, and basically everything not Xbox and PC, because it came out on Xbox last year in October, and it's gonna be September, and it's been part of Game Pass and still is part of Game Pass.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, if you don't have an Xbox and you're interested in this game, definitely download it. It's only $20, so it's a relatively inexpensive game. It is developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur, published by Annapurna Interactive, but they have a stellar voice cast. Like Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed
Okay.
is in the voice, Mark Strong, and a whole bunch of other people. Let me tell you, the character that Carl Weathers plays, think a cross between his voice as Apollo Creed and him
Mhm.
doing a Bootsy Collins impression.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can hear it.
And the music in this game is just so phenomenal. It's just, I don't give too much of the game away from playing it, but it's beautiful, has great storytelling, and it is really good music. So it's only $20 if you're purchasing, and has a 8.5 rating on Game Informer. And I would definitely say from the hour or so I played of it, it's a really good game. So if you don't have an Xbox, and you've been interested in this game or PC in general, now is the time to really look at this game. I highly recommend that, just personally speaking.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have an Xbox, but given the recent news that we covered last week,
Right.
it's looking more and more likely that I have one, which I don't mind, because whatever I can game on, I'm cool with that.
Hey, look, by the time this goes through, that Series X, gonna be Series S, maybe like $150.
Right.
That's gonna be cheap by the time everything is said and done.
Right.
Next up, we have Circuit Superstars, and this is a racing game. For those of you of a certain age, you may remember Micro Machines, or really what comes to mind is Record Breakers. That's like really obscure sort of 80s racing car thing. Okay. But it looks like those, and apparently has a Top Gear branding as well that's not listed here on here on the website. But it's a game that came out actually last year on the Xbox originally, never knew. But it looks like a cool little racing game, kind of super deformed little realistic race cars. It's from Square Enix, which was really weird that it
one of my favorites
is just coming out on the PlayStation. I'm like, that's really weird. When does Square Enix do exclusive deals with Microsoft for time exclusive? I'm like, that never happens.
Right.
But it looks like a pretty cool game. It also reminds me of, there's another game out called The Art of Racing, which is really cool. The art style isn't quite the same, but it seems like it tries to give you that as much of a realistic racing feel as it can in a miniaturized sort of package. So it looks pretty cool. And this game itself is a $20 game, so it's not anything that's going to break the bank either.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see. I might have to check that one out, because like I said, Square Enix, one of my favorites as far as developers. They so graciously gave me the Kingdom Hearts series, and everything with Final Fantasy is dope. And I like racing games, so this might be one.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we doing a trailer for that?
Yes, I think we are.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yes, we are doing a trailer for that one later on.
Yeah, I want to see what that looks like, because I haven't had a good racing game that I could like just chill to in a minute.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be one you can really sit back and play. It's not like super realistic like a Forza or
right.
I forget the series on PlayStation, Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's not like that, but one of those things that I like a racing game like this, where you just pop in and play and get out.
Yeah. Okay. Looking forward to it.
So next up, we have Daemon Machina, and that is now out for the PC. It was originally released on the Switch back in 2019, and you have mechs and you battle.
That game.
So, I mean, you can't really go wrong when you're battling with mechs.
No, you can't. You can't. That's my biggest gripe right now with like the whole Apex series or whatever, because that's a spinoff of what is it? All right, now I'm drawing blanks. But either way,
Apex. And I'm mad because I know I have it. I literally have the game right here, the sequel to that series, and I can't remember. Titanfall. That's it.
Titanfall, yes. And I'm like, y'all putting a lot of stock in Apex. Bring Titanfall back. Like, that's a great game. I love the whole mechanical thing with it, the droids, and this will be a good one to check out, because you can't go wrong with mechs.
Right. But it's more like the not quite the Gundam mechs, but like the smaller little mech suit sort of thing, like individual size. So it looks pretty cool. They didn't give it too good of a rating. They only gave it a 5.5, but rating is really in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Okay.
And this is Game Informer with the ratings.
Right. So next up, I'm gonna jump to Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, and I believe that it's 2 games. So it's Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4 that they've remastered for the PS5.
That makes sense. Yeah. The Uncharted series as a whole, it spans, I believe the first Uncharted came out on PlayStation 3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I think you're right about that.
I think with this Legacy one, because they did this last year or the year before the latest version of the Uncharted series came out, where they remastered all of them for the PlayStation 4. So
so this is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. So those are 2 games on this compilation.
Which, for those of you who don't know, The Lost Legacy is kind of like a spinoff where the character is not the same Nathan Drake that we see before. It's like, I think it's a lady, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a woman that's the lead.
I think there's a woman, yeah.
But
I'm not.
Very much
I'm
Tomb Raider.
familiar, but never played. So I've heard the criticisms and people like, oh, it's not Nathan Drake. You know.
I think you'll like. Well, you saying you never played the Legacy
Uncharted.
one?
Well, Uncharted. I mean, I've never owned a PlayStation. So.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I think you'll like it though. If you grew up on Tomb Raider, maybe.
Yeah. It looks like a cool game. I'm like, I don't knock games, even if I never played them. Like, it looks cool. The premise sounds great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm just really surprised. Like, when does this movie come out?
I don't know. And I
feel like it's soon.
Yeah. It's I believe the production on it has pretty much wrapped. I don't know what's taking so long for it to like hit theaters or streaming services or wherever it's gonna pop up. But I'm pretty sure
Sony's putting that in theaters after Spider-Man. They're like, never again. We are not putting anything streaming ever.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good formula with the theater releases. So I agree. They should stick with that. But I'm not even sure. Oh, it says February 18th.
Okay, so it's coming out soon. All right.
Okay.
So because I was thinking, usually they try to time these things in conjunction with a movie that's coming out. So I was I was kind of surprised because I knew it was coming out soon. So about 2 weeks or so. That's not that bad.
That's not.
That's smart of Sony to have this out by then.
Mm-hmm.
And then the biggest release of the week is Pokemon Legends Arceus,
which I am. I don't know how to feel about it. We'll see. We'll talk about it when we play the trailer, because on one hand, I'm like, okay, this looks kind of dope. It's like Monster Hunter mixed with a little Breath of the Wild, mixed with a little Pokemon Snap. But then on the other hand, the mechanics they're not, I don't know. It's not selling me yet. So, but we'll talk about it in the trailer.
Well, see, with me, I've never played a Pokemon game.
Really?
Well, like when Pokemon came out, like I was in my 20s already.
That's fine.
So I didn't.
Not even Pokemon Go?
Come on, man.
No, nothing.
Really?
Pokemon's never interested me whatsoever.
Wow.
Damn.
And I appreciate it because I'm like, I love the fact that I got so many back in the day kids into RPGs. Like I've seen plenty of people play it and I understand the mechanics, like especially like the old Game Boy stuff is straight, basic, turn-based RPGs. Like, so I so get that. And I so love the fact that so many people got into those JRPGs because of Pokemon. So I appreciate that. But I never had a Game Boy. I've never had a system that played Pokemon.
Wow.
To really get into Pokemon. Like I had a Nintendo, but that was like the last. Well, we had a Wii, but that was different. It wasn't my Wii. So I'll say I never had a well, let me phrase it. I own a DS now, and I won a DS, and I got a DS like 2 years ago for Christmas.
Okay.
I bought it for myself. So, but even then, I'm like, I don't really want to download or buy a Pokemon game to play on my DS. It's like other RPGs at this point in my life that I'd rather play than Pokemon. Not to knock it, it's just I've never been interested.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. Pokemon, like you said, it introduced a lot of people to like RPGs and the JRPGs and stuff like, and that was kind of my intro. It's not my intro. That was what sold me on RPGs. That was like what made me a fan. Like I had Spyro games and Crash Bandicoot, and I had like Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo. Like I had all of those games. But like when that Game Boy came out, and those Pokemon Yellow and Red and Blue, I was like, this is amazing. I get to catch these little animal looking things and train them and beat up people. And like, I've been a fan ever since like generation 1 of Pokemon. Right. And we've had our ups and downs because you said you have a DS, and in my opinion, those Pokemon DS games, they're arguably like the worst of the franchise. Like I wouldn't get into Pokemon DS, but I don't know. That's interesting that you've never.
Yeah, I'm looking at here. Pokemon was released February 27th, 1996. Now that was unto itself, personally speaking, a lot was going on family wise at that point in time. And then that was my senior year of high school.
Okay.
So I was like, the last thing I was thinking about was a Pokemon and getting the Game Boy, and then going to high school, and then what? 64 was coming out then. I still have my Genesis, PlayStation, going to college a few months later. It's like, I just missed that wave totally.
Yeah. So you were in high school. So around that time, that's when the anime really started taking off as well.
Right.
And that's something I used to run home to watch like after school, which is what endeared me to the game, because it was like, I get to do this shit and I can do all this stuff that Ash is doing on TV. But I don't know, man. It's become one of Nintendo's like marquee franchises. And like I said, ups and downs within the franchise. Going back to Pokemon Legends Arceus, I don't know. But I'm a Pokemon fan. Like I just bought the what they remastered or redid Diamond and Pearl for the Switch, which I believe is like generation 4 or 5. Right. But I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about it.
You know, isn't this like a totally new game now?
Yeah. So
okay. That's right. Because I know people, when I hear people talking about, especially with the remakes that came out last year before,
right.
You know, so many talked about how they liked it or even the issues, but they really want a totally new Pokemon game, and they wanted something different, wanting something more adult.
I don't think that's it.
Well, we shall see. I'm sure it will sell gangbusters like everything first party Nintendo does on the Switch.
Yeah,
they'll make their money back easily.
Absolutely. Like Pokemon fans are definitely going to tap into it. Like I said, I'm on the fence about it. There's things about it, and we'll see in the trailer. There's things about it where I'm like, because it is a new Pokemon game. Like it is a new style of game. It's actually like a prequel to everything that we know as far as the anime and Ash is concerned, and all of the generations before. But the mechanics of this certain area, and we'll talk about it. It just, I don't know.
Right. I understand. Well, with that, we'll table that until we get to the trailer. Let's start off with our first trailer of the show, and that's Circuit Superstars.
Okay. Sit up. God. This reminds me. What is that game? The race friends at home, that's what we
feed. It reminds me kind of like a updated RC Pro-Am.
Yes.
I think that's why the Record Breakers reference was in my head. They're like small little mini cars. Love the art style.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, the way that they do the cars or whatever. I wonder if this game will have some kind of customization to it. It looks like it.
That's a good question. I would hope so. I mean, what's a card game? Well, I would say what's a card game without customization, but if Art of Racing isn't the same thing. Well, no, even that was some customization as well. So I'm pretty sure at least like paint job and stuff like that, they probably have it as well. So that was Circuit Superstars, and now that is the trailer was for Xbox, but now it's going to be on all console platforms now. So next up we have the Artful Escape.
Okay.
So you're standing in the shadows of Johnson Vendetti,
this.
It ain't so bad. It's just that I guess folks think they know who I am, where I should be going.
Have you considered becoming someone else entirely?
How do you do that?
Someone else entirely. I've decided to create the most elaborate stage persona the world has ever seen.
Okay. Will you be down for dinner? We're having enchiladas.
The boy you loved may already be gone.
wow.
We're going on a ride across the dilated pupils of the cosmos.
The future is yours if you have the courage to grasp it.
All-star cast. It looks like somebody's rock and roll psychedelic future. That's how it plays.
This world looks like amazing.
Oh, baby, we'll have you back in time for breakfast.
Okay.
That was Carl Weathers. See, like a cross between him and Bootsy Collins.
yeah, I hear it.
So next up, we have Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection.
Okay. Uncharted has really become one of the top tier
wonder
RPGs in the
different
PlayStation
choices.
universe.
How we might have ended up.
No. I like the hand we've been dealt.
Get up here!
Looking like a movie.
I am a man of fortune.
Yep.
And I must seek my fortune.
The tusk of Ganesh.
Historians believe that it was a symbol of power and dominance.
Libertalia.
The long
That's the one I haven't played yet. What?
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Take the wheel. What? Be out of your mind? Probably. Oh, crap.
You know what, Nate? Underneath all the bravado, you're just a sad little boy with delusions of grandeur.
You'd risk your lives. And for what? Let's finish this.
How long we been chasing this thing, huh? You and me.
Top tier. Look at this. Oh, gonna be on PC as well.
Yeah,
wow.
That's right. You know, PlayStation bringing that stuff over to PC now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Uncharted series. I've always thought it looked like a good series.
It is.
Sony does a very good job as far as their first party titles.
Yeah,
it's one of the things. I'm not a fanboy for Xbox in the least. It's just that my succession of game systems has just led me there, and that's the ecosystem I decided to stay in. But I'm never like, oh, Sony don't have games, yada yada. Like, no, Sony has some great games. I mean, they are who they are because of that, but it wasn't always like that. And there's been an evolution since the original PlayStation to where it is now. And Uncharted is really one of those series that has helped really push them in that narrative of their excellent first party, third person narrative games where you are pretty much playing like a movie. And that's what you see there. And obviously you have Tomb Raider influences, you have Indiana Jones influences there.
Right.
And the Uncharted series has just been one of those really shining beacons of what PlayStation first party studios can do. That's why even to some degree I'm looking forward to the movie. Like someone not familiar with the games, I just hope that the movie is halfway decent. The first trailer wasn't looking that great. The second trailer, I'm like, okay, I can see this. I can see this working.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. Like, and shout out to Naughty Dog as well, because way to stand the test of time. Like, they've always come with just groundbreaking, like revolutionary games for PlayStation specifically. Like, I'm like, they need to remaster Jak and Daxter. Like, give me number 4 or something like that. But they keep coming forward with these like brand new type of like ideas, and that's how we ended up with Uncharted. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna probably be trying to get this one. I played the first 3 Uncharted. I didn't get a chance to play 4, nor have I got a chance to play the Legacy. So they're remastering it, dropping on a PS5. That's gonna be dope. I think I'm gonna have to. I think I might have to put a purchase in because I missed that game. It's really good.
Nice. All right.
Story is great.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. Well, that's Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. Now, last but not least, we come up with Pokemon Legends Arceus.
It's a beautiful game. Pokemon, they're here running around looking great. This is the part that I'm like,
it just doesn't impress me.
Humans and Pokemon had not yet learned to coexist. This land is the Hisui region. It will come to be known
like
as
I
the
said,
Sinnoh
it
region.
predates everything we know about
And at
Pokemon.
this
It's like
time,
the
the ecology of its
game.
wild Pokemon remains
This
unknown.
land.
Therefore, many people still fear Pokemon. And such people live together in Jubilife Village, where this story begins. Your goal is to research the Pokemon of this region.
Now this part look alright. I was like, okay.
As a member of the
focus on
Galaxy
the
Expedition
Pokédex.
Team, an organization dedicated to studying this land, you will strive to complete the first Pokédex in the region. Research begins at a base camp from which you'll embark on excursions. You can catch wild Pokémon with Pokéballs.
Prehistoric Pokemon.
Be warned,
Never that easy to catch
not
Pokemon.
every
Not
Pokemon
even
is
on
so
Pokemon
easy to
Go.
catch. In such an event, one option is to challenge them to a battle.
This is my issue right here.
Command your
Why is
Pokemon
this
to weaken the
turn-based?
opponent,
We have all of
and
this
it should be
land
easier
and
to
space and opportunity. Why are we still doing turn-based battles?
Pokemon behaviors vary in the Hisui region,
I would imagine they're keeping the turn base not to
They
make
may
it
live in
too
groups,
different for what people know.
or they may flee upon
I
sensing
guess.
your presence.
When you play Pokemon, you know what time it is. I guess the kids need
The
to be able to
aggressive sort
adapt,
will
I guess.
attack without hesitation.
But this is weird because it's like, why are the Pokemon attacking
Some are much more
your
powerful
player when
than you.
you
If danger
have
comes your way,
a team of
run.
Pokemon that you can just
It's quite
switch
the
out
important
and beat
research tip.
them?
back at your base camp, you can let your team of Pokemon recover their health. Professor Laventon, a researcher on the Galaxy Expedition Team, will provide research support. Report back to the professor with any and all research, and the information will be entered into the Pokédex. There are various research tasks of note, including number caught and times you've seen it use moves. As you fulfill these tasks, such entries will populate. The central hub for your research is Jubilife Village. It's a great place to prepare for excursions. Visit the general store where you can purchase items with in-game currency. Or head to the craftworks to craft using the materials you've gathered.
Now that's kind of a new
The Pokemon you've
thing,
caught
but not
can be left at
necessarily.
pastures.
That crafting system.
The clothier and hairdresser let you customize your clothing and your hairstyle as well.
Customization is going to be fire, though. This is the most custom.
When you feel like it, head to the photography studio to take pictures
Yeah, it's
with
like they're
your
trying to
Pokemon.
throw everything in the kitchen sink in this bad boy.
Jubilife Village is also home to the headquarters of the Galaxy Expedition Team. Alongside
Yeah,
Commander
this is
Commodore
the like
and Captain
extended
Silene,
kind of
you
trailer
will
that
carry
like
out Pokemon
all
research
the people
and
were
survey
like, how do
missions.
we like give me
In
the
doing
information
so,
about the gameplay,
You
or we
will
not
grow
buying the
as a
game?
team member and
So,
eventually
Nintendo was
explore
like,
new
sure, why
areas
not?
of the region. Certain Pokemon with special powers will allow you to ride them.
And I'm like, this is
my
Aid
problem
of
with
your
something like
Pokemon,
this.
What's up?
Your research
How
will
does
take
this
you to
appeal to
greater
people who are not
areas of the
Pokemon
region.
fans?
It don't. It doesn't. It
And
doesn't.
Eventually,
that's probably my biggest
you will
issue. There's
come
nothing
to
about
learn
this.
about noble Pokemon
this game at all is like,
people of
hey,
Hisui.
you know what? I want to try Pokemon. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, that's why I was like, okay, I guess the kids need to adapt to the whole battle system or whatever. But it's like, this game is not for newcomers to the series. This is literally a prequel game. So you've had to have played, one of the games at some point or been interested in the anime at some point or whatever to even appreciate it. So it's like, make it difficult, right? Nobody's gonna care about that.
I got you. I just feel like if somebody, one thing I'll say, even going back to Uncharted, I've never played Uncharted before.
Okay.
It looks like something I can get into as a gamer. Even a lot of the other games, like I may not be familiar with the series at all, but at least the way that it's presented, the game mechanics, and just overall storylines, I can get into this even if I don't know anything else. The way, and again, this is a much longer trailer than compared to just a kind of beat for beat high notes trailer. It gave detailed explanations about so many varying parts of the game.
They have a shorter one, but that was
But this is probably better, in my opinion, for somebody like me to really get a better understanding of the game and the mechanics. And it's like, I don't want to do all that. I'm not invested. Also, graphically speaking, I am disappointed. I'm very think about how those remakes look. And this is something that's been built from the ground up. And then you look at things that like Legend of Zelda on there, Mario games, like again, Switch is not, Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 or even Xbox One or place, but it still can produce some good graphics. Those I may be able to get nitpicky, but those landscapes were so sparse. It was so disappointing as a game. Like, y'all could have done better.
And I feel like the community is definitely going to voice that when they get their hands on this game, because, like you said, they're not even really building this from the ground up. So you haven't played Pokemon or whatever, but this actual like style and landscaping and everything, it comes from Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is like their latest entry into the entire series or whatever.
It's a lazy cash grab then. Right.
So they kind of repurposed a lot of the things, made it more open world to give it like that Breath of the Wild feel or whatever. And then, they threw in this storyline of, prehistoric Pokemon times and this, research. As a fan of Pokemon, I'm like, this is not what I was thinking about when I was like, okay, we could get some kind of new type of gameplay for the Pokemon series or whatever. But it's here now. They're gonna play it. And I think as far as newcomers to the series, like, this is not a good starting point. Like, if you want to get into Pokemon, you might as well just download Pokemon Go on your phone and get it there. That's a lot more of a ease into the actual franchise, because the core games, they're really strategic turn-based games. And this Arceus thing, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna see how it shakes out within the community, see if my friends like it or whatever. I might give it a try, but I'm holding off. I'm still playing this Pokemon Diamond remake anyway. Like, that was another issue with it. It was like, you just put out two brand new Pokemon, not brand new, but two remastered Pokemon games. Now you're coming with something new.
And there's DLC for those as well.
Right. Like, even that, Sword and Shield.
DLC. It's like $20 for the DLC or something like that, right?
Yeah, even Sword and Shield. Like, they have DLC that they're still working on to expand that game. Like, they're trying to get it with the Pokemon bag, but I don't know if Arceus is going to be the one.
Nintendo might be shooting themselves in the foot with this one. They might lose any goodwill they have for Pokemon with the sort of decisions it seems like they're making with these games in this, 2-3 year span. So,
but I appreciate the effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I skipped over Pokemon Snap altogether. I just knew that was not for me, and this kind of looks like a derivative of it, just with a little bit more to do. So I'm like, we'll see. But that battling, I'm not with that.
It's kind of weird though, because Nintendo's not known for just pumping games out of a particular license. I mean, come on, we get a Mario Kart once per console generation.
Right.
You know, we're lucky we're getting the Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there'll probably be one Mario game and one mainline game. Now won't be another mainline game until Switch 2 comes out. So they don't really just pump out sequels like other studios in the console cycle. So it's really weird that they pushed out Pokemon Legends just like you said, just after releasing those remakes and then dropping DLC with those remakes. It seems like an odd business decision instead of like letting this one cook for a while longer, really making it as refined as possible, maybe even pushing that to the Switch 2 with the increased capability of whatever that's going to have, and called it a day.
That might be the play. Now that you like mentioned like a new Switch console, because I just recently read that Mario Kart 9 is getting ready to
That's what they say. I heard that. I don't believe it.
You know,
Nintendo, they're not known for that. I mean, come on now. Mario Kart 8 was literally on the Wii U, and it just updated it and ported it over to
Switch.
And Mario Kart 8 is still making tons of money.
Right.
So they have there's no reason for them to put out a Mario Kart 9 this generation. There's none whatsoever.
Well, I don't know. That's what's happening in the news and everything like that. And then I know they're also trying to focus more on bringing like hardcore gamers over. Like they remastered, or they got Blizzard to make an Overwatch for the Switch and stuff like that. And then I think, what is it? What's the game that's kind of like Devil May Cry? Is it it starts with a B? Not, but that's the name.
Bayonetta?
Yes, Bayonetta's getting a third installment to the series. So something's going on with Nintendo. They got something up their sleeve, and they trying to get as much money up right now. And that's what I feel like this Pokemon game is.
Yeah, I feel you. But with the other aspects, there are 100 million Switches out there.
True.
Companies are stupid not to try to put whatever game they can over to it.
Yeah. Because you think about it, like before you buy your child anything, you probably look at Switch. The games are a lot more family friendly, a lot more kid friendly. Yeah, right. So they definitely, if you're a gaming company, you definitely want to get this thing over on Switch. But as far as Pokemon Legends Arceus, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it comes out what people say.
Yeah.
On that note, Brian, what do you have coming up this week?
Some Talk+Play blerdcast episodes. I think I'm gonna drop 2 this week. If not, you know what I'm saying, don't hold me on that, viewers. Definitely 1. And other than that, nothing. Just hanging out.
All right. Well, that's always a good plan. On my end, the latest episode of the Sartorial Geek podcast, I believe number episode 97, will be out, and it'll probably be out by the time this video comes out. So 2 key things to talk about. I'm talking about Windjammers 2, which is what we talked about last week on the show. So I've been playing that, as well as Valentine's Day is a little over 2 weeks away. I'll be talking about 5 guaranteed panty dropping fragrances.
Okay, I'm gonna be to it then.
In my experience.
Yeah, got you.
So that has been another episode of the NRW Checkpoint. Brian, where can he find you at?
I'm at Brian Sapph. I think I'm doing it right. Yes, I got it. Yeah, on Instagram and Twitter. And Talk+Play blerdcast, and then also here with you on the Checkpoint. And anywhere else, if you find me, I might not want you to find me there, so just leave me alone.
I totally understand you in that one. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at WebsterStyle, WebsterStyle.com, and you'll find links to the Sartorial and Geek podcast from there. Don't forget to check out the NRW. Follow us on Twitter at the NRW. Follow us on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. And don't forget, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Subscribe, like, click that bell, as they say, to New Release Wednesday on YouTube. And don't forget, nerds rule the world.
We do.